That's good. Hey y'all, I'm at the Walmart again. I'd rather be fishing. I caught 4 little fish yesterday, y'all. Sorry about the live feed. I don't know what happened with it. It just kept running and a running and a running and a running. And I couldn't figure out if you guys could still hear me or not. So after a while, I just had to shut my whole phone down. It was a beautiful, beautiful location. I wish it's beautiful. So pretty. It's a spot that my daughter found. And I decided to check it out. And I found me a new meditation spot. It's awesome. Anyway, hey, I see some folks here. Welcome, guys. Who is that? Miss VT? Hi, VT. Hi, darling. Luana, hi, sweetheart. Good to see you guys. It's been a minute since I did a live, huh? It feels like it anyway. Man, what's going on? What's going on? Are you guys getting the same feeling that I'm getting? Hi, Louise. Hilda, hi. Drashawn. Hi, darling. Excuse me. There's so much going on. Remember I told you guys that I'm listening to everything and I'm paying attention to the virus, but I'm keeping my head on a swivel. Well, everybody got to keep their head on a swivel with all this stuff that's going on around us. And it's not only the riots, because of that horrific act of violence. And I know everybody has their own opinions of, what was he doing? Was he trying to pass a counterfeit bill or write a bad check or something like that? Even if he had done any of that, he was not handled correctly. Yeah, that was not okay. And as I sat there and watched it, and it was like I didn't want to look at it, but I couldn't look away. I couldn't look away. And then to hear the helplessness of the bystanders pleading with the officers, pleading with them. And at some point, there was a couple of times where people were trying to get to him to try and help him, only to be fought back either with pepper spray or yeah. Yeah. And when he called for his mama, all mothers know this feeling that we have about our children, but there's something about our boys that we worry more about our boys. All mothers, but Black mothers, it's tenfold. And it's ironic because this man died because he couldn't breathe. And a lot of mothers know what I'm talking about, especially the Black mothers. Until we hear our son's voice or they open that door to come back home, we don't fully breathe all the way until, okay, they're home. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I, it's a wonderful thing that they have arrested the person who, what I call, did the final blow to him, he's arrested. Well, what about the other three? And I'm sure there's going to be some type of charges for the three of them. It has to be. It has to be. Yeah. Then not only do we have that situation again and again and again and again and again, but the timing. And then this is why I think all of this is some of it is staged, maybe some of it's not. I just get the feeling that there is something under the surface. It brings that whole thing to mind, order out of chaos. And what do we see happening all around us? Chaos. And then the talk about trying to get this new world order. It brings me back to the whole thing's prophecy and scripted prophecy. Yeah. There's a lot going on. And not only that, our government, with all the stuff that's rumbling through that mess. He's lying, she's lying, they did this, they eat the children, yeah. And then our weather. Crazy weather. And now they're saying they see spaceships. See, Miss Monica wasn't so crazy after all, because they're saying it now. Spaceships, unidentified things. What is this? And back to Planet X. Now they're saying there's a big binary something coming. Is all of this a coincidence? Is this true prophecy? Or is this scripted prophecy? Again, I'm keeping my eyes wide open. I'm listening to everything and watching. And watching. Yeah. Let me see who's in the house. Because I'm just sitting outside Walmart. My daughter wanted to pick up a few things, and she wants to make some homemade ice cream. So she's going to go get a ice cream maker. And we're going to make some ice cream today. So let me go back down here and see who's there. Louise, Hilda, Rashawn, Zara, Luana. Let me look at your comments too. I want to see if you guys anything. Let's see. Zara says the end of days is man-made. And I think what they did, possibly, either what they did is they pre-planned all of this stuff, saying all of this is going to all this stuff is going to happen. They just put it in the book and say this stuff is going to happen. But with today's technology, let's make it happen. With their seeding the clouds and fracking and all kinds of things, and the number and the G, yeah, it's a possibility. Possibility. I totally agree with you there, darling. Let's see. Hilda says we humans need to stand up together. Yes. Yes. And it's funny, now whenever I see the humans versus mankind, because of things that I've been researching, I look at that now. We humans. Because there's a difference between humans and mankind. Again, that brings me back to that book of Genesis. Leatrice, hi, darling. Tiffany, how are you? Agreed, I have 2 boys. one in heaven. Oh, he's free, baby. He's free. Hilda Carey. Hi, Hilda. Let's see, Hilda. From the cradle to the grave, the weight is there. Yes. Thank you, Tiffany. Blessings to you as well. Hilda, all of them need to be prosecuted. Absolutely. And you know, this might be real bad, but I have these thoughts. When I imagined that man on the ground as one of my own sons, I think I'd like to choke them myself to an inch of their life so they can feel and experience what they did to that man. But don't let them die. Make sure they don't die. And then they spend the rest of their life in the penitentiary. That must be my evil side because that's how I feel. Yeah. But I don't want to kill. I don't want to kill. I just want them to feel what it felt like. Absolutely. The whole thing triggered emotion that were already, yes, bankrupt. God heard his cry. That is why it's so much anger and vengeance is all over the nation. Enough is enough. Yeah. And let me try to hold my finger here. I worked when I was still working. I'm a retired social worker, and I worked with youth with mental health disorders. And the last place I worked was inner city high school. And the young men that I worked with were the neighborhood gangbangers, violent young men. But once I sat with these young men, just me, Ms. Monica, in my office with these young men, beautiful, beautiful young men that are so wounded and so hurt. And they have so much anger. Knowing what I know, if something does pop off, it's not going to be back in the day, folks, that's going to bow down. It's going to get ugly, real ugly, because of the pent up anger and frustration. Yeah, I kind of liken it to a boil. It's festering. And they don't want that to pop off because it's not going to be good. And I hate to say that, but oh, yeah. Sean says SpaceX is launching into space in an hour. Funny you said say something about spacecraft. Yep. Yep, indeed. And guys, I don't know for 100% sure. I'm just going on just this feeling that I have, as well as listening to mainstream news and the conspiracy theorists, and I'm just getting confirmation that something big is coming. Something big is coming. And let's see, Wages World. Yeah, Wages World is another channel that I watch, and he watches the ISS, all the space stuff, and everything that's happening in space. And he's been watching the Schumann resonance as well. And he also, what is this other thing? Sunburst. He's watching the sun, and it's emitting, I don't know what you call them, MIEs or whatever. Is burst of energy coming off the sun, and they're coming our way. They're coming toward Earth. He says he doesn't know how severe it is. We could have some mild uh, situations with energy, power, but not sure. It's just he's seeing some abnormalities there, and I'm just saying this. Check it out and tell and form your own opinion. But I'm paying attention to everything. There's a lot going on around us, guys, and I think that is by design. By design. Jacqueline, hi, sweetie. If we don't have a civil war, we will be invaded by aliens instead. Something's going. Or maybe both. And then I think about my dream, my vision again with this whole racial unrest thing, and I have this vision of the beautiful black aliens coming in the sky, and I think of the whole Wakanda forever. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah. Colonization is what started the separation of people. Yes. And the separation of people was by design. If we stay together, there's strength in numbers. But when they divide us by race, by religion, by sexual orientation, by we have more money than you, you guys are poor, whatever the situation, they're separating us. And now they're doing it physically. Stay 6 feet apart. Cover your mouth. Don't you shake hands. You know, something's going on. We all feel it. We all feel it. Hi, Cindy. Careful. Be angry, okay? But start an all-out racial war in the U.S. and most minorities will just disappear. Sad fact. And I agree with that. I totally agree with that. And that is not the answer. Violence is not the answer. Again, I think that there's only a 1%, 1% of the 1% is actually ruling this. It's more of us than them. We simply have to stand up and say no more. No more. It's kind of like the bully, that big bully, and he beats up everybody and everybody's scared to death of him. But if the whole schoolyard surrounded his ass and say, no more, buddy, he gonna run away. And that's what we have to do. We just have to simply say no more. Don't participate in this madness. Again, it brings to mind, we together are one. All of us together are one. And you're right, Cindy, if they, now granted, Americans are well armed, but there's still no match to a tank. And I think that, again, the whole push for this, the number G, it is a electronic weapon. If they can't contain you or control you by fear, then they're going to control you by turning up the volume. Turn up the volume. Research what this stuff does to the human body. Besides, give you fast internet service. Hilda says the feminine energy is ruling the universe. About time. And I feel you there too, Hilda. There's something to that feminine energy, and I feel her. I feel her. I don't understand it, but I feel her. I feel the presence. Something is different. Hearing by hearing, civilization has brutalized the indigenous, which causes the wise to act crazy. And there's something to that too. I just can't wait for everything to be revealed, because I feel like I have bits and pieces, but I want the whole puzzle to fit together. Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer. Oh, I'm so glad you caught me live. Hey, it's the Jennifer and Monica hour for just a second. Woohoo! I'm a huge fan of your channel and just love you all. Thank you, darling. Oh, you like my hair? And I trimmed it because when I did my last video, I got a side view and I saw them long pieces of hair in the back of my head. I said, girl, you need to trim your hair. And I did. Thank you, darling. Gerald McFarland. Hey, Gerald. The Republicans, Democrats, and many federal judges are crooks. Absolutely. Hilda says the universe wants mankind to stand for better and stand together. I agree with that 100%. It is time for us to stand up as one and say, y'all better get the hell on because we taking this back over. Nixon, tie my hands, Lil Wayne. A good song for the times we're in. I'll look that one up. Hearing by hearing, like the old radio show that aired War of the Worlds. They orchestrated the trauma and still are through mainstream. Yes. And I know exactly what you're talking about. Here comes my folks. They're coming in now. They don't like to be live. So, okay, I'm coming, y'all. This is the best place I have reception is at the Walmart. Y'all on live, so you cover your face if you don't want to say hi. Want to say hi, Noah? Hey, guys. Anyway, I'm going to get off for now, guys. All I can say, again, is stay positive. Be that light. Lots of stuff is going on around us, but this is not the time to be afraid. This is our time. Manifest the world that we want to live in. We, not the 1%, 1.1, whatever they are, that's telling us how to live, how they want us to live. We're supposed to have dominion here. And that's how I'm feeling now. I still feel like I'm a star seed, but for right now, this is where I am. And I understand that this planet, mankind, not mankind, humans are supposed to have dominion of this planet. It's time for us to take it back. It's time to take it back. In the meantime, y'all, keep your vibrations high. And oh, they left. No, they're still waiting outside. Okay, I gotta go. Y'all take care. Be the light.